Welcome back to the Superstar Communicator podcast. This is Susan Heaton-Wright. Do you know, I'm absolutely buzzing because I've just found out that I've been shortlisted for the best TEDx speaker of the year at the Speaker Awards. And this is really prestigious. So I'm shortlisted alongside some absolutely incredible speakers. The honour is the fact that I'm alongside them, believe me. And I will be celebrating with all of them on the 3rd of July 2026. So if you are listening after this date, you might know whether or not I have been successful. It feels incredibly surreal to have that red dot moment recognized beyond that day when I was speaking up at TEDx Northwich, and all of those people who have already watched my talk. So if you are interested, what you need to do is to go into YouTube and type in Susan Heaton-Wright TEDx talk and you will find it. But I will put the link in the notes for this podcast. It got me thinking about why the TEDx format is so magical, why it is so inspirational and influential. And here's an interesting thing, because when it was originally launched, it was 18 minutes long. And at the time, most speeches were 45 minutes or even an hour long. So this really disrupted speaking into a shorter format. And now TEDx is really keen on even shorter talks. So mine was 8 minutes long, and that was seen as a positive within that. Whether you're an entrepreneur, an activist, or just someone with a story, here are 3 reasons why a TEDx talk holds so much undeniable power. It might be that you have a story. It might be that you have something that you would really like to share with other people so that it can make a difference. I know that there are occasionally people that are basically doing a pitch for their own business. I'm going to leave those aside. That's entirely up to them. That was certainly not my case. So first of all, the power of the single idea, the anti-lecture. The concept is that most keynote speeches are still 45 minutes of broad industry advice. We still see that in conference formats, although increasingly there are people being asked to do perhaps 30 minutes and 15 minutes of Q&A because that is seen as added value. A TEDx talk forces you to distill your entire life's work, your passion or research into one singular, inescapable idea in under 18 minutes, or if TEDx is going, even shorter, making it really concise and having real clarity. It can be brutal but beautiful, the editing process. I had far more. I took things out as I rehearsed more. And at first you think, oh, but in fact, it worked in my favor, making it very concise. And it forces you to have clarity. If you can't summarize your talk in one sentence, it's not a TEDx talk. So I want you to think of one core thing that you could have in your specific TEDx talk. In mine, it was the Maestro effect, the fact that everyone has the ability to see talent or an ability in another person, and it really is our gift to share that with that person because it might be their blind spot. So secondly, the great equalizer, it strips away the credentials. I was on stage with a variety of people at different stages of their professional journey. And that was brilliant because it didn't matter where we were on our particular journeys. What mattered was the message we had. On the TEDx stage, your job title, your net worth, your CV don't matter at all. The audience isn't there to buy a product. They're not there to buy a service. They are there to receive the gift of an idea. The format strips away the traditional corporate pitch and leaves only raw, vulnerable, and human connection. It requires you to step onto the stage not as an expert lecturing down, but as a peer sharing a discovery. It builds immediate trust with the audience because the format demands authenticity over slick salesmanship. And so, what I want you to think of, if you are doing a TEDx talk, or even if you're doing a short talk in a conference or presenting, really think about that core message and be you when you are presenting. And the third thing is the infinite shelf life catalyst. A live speech happens only once and then it's gone. The thing about a TEDx talk is that it has a digital asset and it's distributed to a global media platform with millions of subscribers. It acts as an evergreen catalyst that speaks for you while you sleep, opens doors to global communities that you never knew existed. Guess what? Last week, I was speaking over in Vienna, and there were people coming up to me that I didn't know, but they had watched my TEDx talk, and it touched them. It impacted how they thought about things. How amazing that was. It requires you to, being shortlisted for an award in 2026 for a talk is proof of this. The talk didn't end when I stepped off the stage. It's just the day it's born. It has a life of its own now. And I want you to remember that, because if you are thinking about doing a TEDx talk, and I'd be happy to discuss it with you or even coach you if you wanted, this is a remarkable experience. Being shortlisted for the Speaker Awards is a nod to the fact that ideas, when packaged with heart, precision, and authenticity, have legs. If you haven't seen my talk yet, the link is in the show notes, so please check it out. Please leave a message, a comment, or you can go into YouTube and search Susan Heaton-Wright TEDx Talk. Let me know what your one big idea is. If you were to stand on the red dot, and wish me luck for the finals. Thank you very much for listening or watching.